We now return to Let's Play Banished. I have discovered a few things. One, I've discovered that llamas can be raised in pastures, as would be expected. Requires no special pasture, I guess. Two, we need to go into the resource production in order to find the shore house, which will allow me to have clay. Now, this does need one tile in water. I don't want to put it there because that's where I was saving the other windmill or watermill thing, but I think it'll fit right here. And that bridge is right there, so if we bump it up one, I guess it's got to go right there. So, that shore house will have to wait a little bit until we get this bridge done, which is very close. So, let's continue on, and we'll let that go, and then we'll, after we've built this thing and gotten all this nonsense running, well, maybe not, because I've got a few laborers here that need something to do. Are we cool? We already there? Oh my, we're out of clothing. Hold on a minute. Let me pause, and we'll just take that all out. I think that's the only clothing. So hopefully we can get that back and going. Who is you? Okay. How we doing on leather anyway? See, I don't know. I don't know how our leather is going because I imagine we are using all of it. Well, that's fine. Okay. So the bridge is done then? I guess? Oh, I thought I'd pause this. Whatever, it only takes logs. Well, we could... Nah, keep it going. We'll just keep it going. So I'll lower that down. What am I doing this for again? I'm doing it for brick, I guess? Yeah, brick. And who was it that made the brick? Was it the brickworks? Oh, right, because they need 60 clay. Of course they do. Garrett the Builder has died. Maralupe has replaced him. Okay. Well, we seem to be hurting slightly. What was that? What was that? Death. Death. Killed by a falling tree. Okay. Food, yes. Food is falling a little bit. Now, I think llamas, as I read, might only produce wool, so they're not really a food source, but they can help out with this anyway. Given that, then, we might need to set up... I don't know if we've got any deer over here or not, but we might need to set up that forester... hunter... Oh, wait, here we go. So yes, it must... I don't know where he went in there. Ah, there, okay. So this is a migration area, okay. So I think we'll probably want to set that up then. Although I feel pretty stable there. Okay, so we need one person there. Dig sand? No, dig clay. We can also get turtles' frog legs. Okay, we can get frog legs from frogs, so this actually will produce food if we need it. Dry goods, you know what, let's just go ahead and bump that up too. I mean, the problem with doing this, of course, is that I don't know exactly what they are, and so when we fill up storage with just miscellaneous shit, I mean, obviously food is important, but... We've got a couple pearls. Nice! So, let's trade those. Where are those coming from? Let's trade the pearls. I imagine those will be worth something. Right, we can keep doing the feathers until I figure out something for that. Fletchers, perhaps. Yeah, so, I don't know. We're not really filling up on a lot, but I feel like maybe it's just a good idea to have all that stuff, because who knows. But we'll need more storage if that's the case. Anyway, continue going. And we'll lower that. And I do... Now that we kind of got that going, actually, let's come out here. Okay, I'm going to pause again. I think we might just end up... Well, if I put the road down, this will take out any trees in the way, correct? Maybe not? Maybe not. Oh, don't tell me this is... Is that because there's stone in the way? I hope that's all that is and not a hill. Actually, this mod does have flattening tools. We might have to wait for that to get cut out, though, before I am able to start my farms out here, which is something I want. Okay, well, while we're doing that, then, presumably... Okay, we got plenty of people. Let's get started on this. Have a town square built, and then maybe, what does this take? Homewares and building supply, right? Because I'm doing the fancy one. So we won't be able to do that. Logs is low, fine. Let me, okay, fine. Let's take this, trees. We'll do a clearing of, like that, all the way down. Because it's going to be farms out here anyway, so... It takes a while for the trees to grow, and I like when they're kind of within the bounds of the city. They just look a little bit nicer, although we are kind of crowding this, so maybe I can come in here and just get rid of that, get rid of that. Let's already pick up this iron that I thought I'd done by now. So who's taking the logs? Who's taking the logs and for what? Furniture, presumably. Where does furniture go? Okay, we might be having a problem here. All of my stuff seems to be coming up here. We have a domesticated animal? Hold the phone. What? So that's what that symbol must be then. Where did I find that? I don't recall where I needed that. Okay, so like here, stable. To produce a stable for the production of domesticated animals. Okay, but what's the point of that? It produces domesticated animals, sure. But for what? It's just a building requirement for other things that require domesticated animals? Is that... Or was it animal pen? Right, animal pen that creates milk and occasional leather. Okay, so like for that. So basically we'd be using it as a requirement for this. Well, this would produce... Okay. So this way, I guess, we would not need to rely on trade in order to get the animals I need for their byproducts. That could be incredibly useful, actually. Cool. So how did we get that? Is it just because we actually own some animals? And... I don't know. Very, very interesting. You can tell by my sense of wonderment that I have not really dug deeply yet into the documentation for this game. And it is going to be a while before I do. Logs is low. Yes, well, we're going to continue on with this, at least until we hit another thing that is blocking my frickin' pathway. Oh, it appears to be a tree. Am I chopping these down? Looks like. Another thing I guess I can be doing is coming in here and just gathering up, because our food situation's bounced back. I'm not terribly concerned. Right though, now that we got this, let's do another gather of those materials. I guess we can also do the... Ooh, hold on. We'll do it over here. We don't really need that many food. That's an awful lot of people I just sent off to do a lot of nothing. Tuckery has become not good. I cannot talk. That's kind of part of what this whole thing is about. Herbalist. Replace that herbalist. Although, not really a problem. Okay, leather is a problem. We are still low on logs. I guess I can just do a mass. I mean, we are still cutting a number, but... Right, well, so how far down do I want the farms to begin? Because I kind of wanted this coastline, shoreline, to be doing something for me. Now, if I'm just using, like, the fish and tidal pools, whatever... Because I don't know that there's a lot of trade that way. That would not be here at all. That'd be this. No, it would not be this. Dry goods supplier, smuggler's dock. Okay, but these are tiny, so they don't need a lot of inland. Kind of like this. You know, this comes in a ways. That little whatever the hell is What are you guys doing? I imagine this must be part of the footprint, because whatever they're doing is leaving a lot of stuff. Where's it keeping clay? Is clay considered... Ah, there we go. Okay. So that is getting full. We'll need probably another stock pile somewhere. Anyway, back to the task at hand. So we'll just kind of line it up with a little bit of a gap. It won't go all the way, and since I'm not measuring this out, it'll probably look a little weird. So we'll go something like there, and we'll call it here. Good. So first farm slash pasture, or only pasture, because that's exactly what I'm building. We'll go here, and then we'll drag that out. Now I don't know how many things llamas take. What do you think about a 10 by 16? 11. Where is my notes? So 11 by 11, or is that only farms? See, I don't know. These numbers I think are only farms. They don't apply to pastures. So like an 8 by 15 is an ideal thing for a farm, but not. Whatever. We'll do it here, and we'll see how many this holds. You know, I imagine it would be a few. We'll find out. And then we'll just patchwork the whole shoreline here. And that'll look nice. Perhaps we can use llamas as trade, once that is a thing. Once again, logs are low. I did just get all of these, correct? I did. So we'll lower that. Now we'll have 5 gatherers out there. And pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, hey. Totally neglected this. You know what? Let's just keep the game running instead of pausing all the damn time. Okay, so this needs, what, like 1 guy? We'll send 1 guy over there to just kind of fill up, which is going to... well, it'll alleviate these a little bit, which kind of are necessary. Ah, trader. Okay, pause for the trader. Merchant is here with mutton and flax. Okay. I don't know... Wow, that's... Well, you know, I guess when you look at the value of the others, pearls are actually worthwhile, so until I find something to do with them, trading them is good. Except we have so few that they really... I don't know. I mean, we'd be better off mass-producing firewood and tools, honestly, just because the sheer mass of them, or gathering herbs, for crying out loud. Ooh, speaking of which... Is that because it's in the middle of transit? I want to believe it's because it's in the middle of transport and not everyone in... Okay, well, we might just have to hurry up and settle this area with an herbalist and perhaps a hunter. Although food is... but leather is really why we're doing it. Anyway, we do not need his trade goods, and I will keep an eye on the herbs. Oh yeah, see, so that's all he was. He was just dragging the herbs to that place, which... is supplying everybody in town right now, which is good. This is taking a bit. Fine. Sarinda has become an adult. We have 50 people in the settlement. Hide coats. We'll shoot. I could gather reeds. Now, does this go in order of better things? Surely a survival coat of reed and feathers is not better than a hide coat. Maybe, I don't know. I do not know. I would imagine, like any other animal, llamas being slaughtered would also provide me with some stuff. Did you take all my clay, or who's got the clay right now? Yes, you got all the clay right now. That's an... surely there's a market that is just for food. Hold more items than a standard market. Okay, but that's just, like, weird. Well, I wanted the central market. Edibles market. Okay, but that's tiny. That's not a square. I wanted the square. Eh, whatever. Okay, well, anyway, it just seems a little unnecessary that it takes all the raw goods as well, because then that just means these guys are hurting for it. Brick. Are we ready to start that yet? Where's my brickworks? I have not built it yet. Lumber, and we still need 60 clay. So, no. Just gotta keep my mind on where we're going here. So after this, I think it's time we build a church, chapel, and a graveyard, because people are dying. And they've been dying for a while, but now they're dying more. And we're low on logs again. Oh, for fuck's sake. I just don't want to get rid of all my trees, because I like my trees. Over here, they're okay. But didn't I say get rid of? Maybe I didn't. I think they're getting rid of the other materials. Okay, fine. This stuff will grow back, mostly because I'm going to put a forester out here that can regrow them. So maybe I should just fill... Where does this guy go? Where does he extend to? Forester's Lodge? So we can definitely cut this out, and it will grow back in time. And it'll be right there, so they can stockpile it immediately. That'll be good, right? Right. Okay. Working on removing some trees. I guess I've just got too many things I've got queued up. See, I mean, what are they holding on to there? Pull a few more of these awkward trees out of the way. This one, maybe. That one in there, because the only reason I'm okay with that is because eventually I want to put hedges in there. Speaking of which, I did not look back at hedges either. And I don't know if just for beautification purposes I want to put them along that way, or if there's something else I could put there. Fencing, is there just like regular fencing? It totally is. So I can build fences, and because I do kind of want to get into that. I want to make, you know, nice little details, but good grief. This is just, I mean, there is no way I'm going to fill this in this playthrough. That's just not a thing. I like the idea of this, but, I mean, how many is that? That's 16 homes right there? 16 new families? I mean, well, you know, we do. Okay, we're looking at another... See, here's the thing, right? That's going to die off. Those are going to die off. Those are a little further away from dying off, but they are still nonetheless empty homes. Their kids moved out. So, we're kind of slowing our roll on the population. We're still maintaining 50 people. But to go a little bit further than that, we're not really taxing any of our supplies, which is good. And that's giving me many, perhaps too many laborers. Can we, right, keep forgetting, prioritize. Because what else are they doing? Germani? Okay, who is Germani? Was Germani the one that was living alone? Is there a new home now? No. Dianet. I also need to start looking... Okay, well I can't because they require things I do not have yet. Because they require these. So yeah, I guess we don't really have a super surplus of people because they will eventually go into these industries that I have shut down. Do we have clay yet for this? 72. We totally do. So as soon as this is done, it's done. Llamas. Excellent. We'll need one worker. We can have a total of 7 in this. You know, I mean, we can always make more fields and split them, and I think actually that'd probably look better visually, just having a bunch of small fields that we can split, and that will definitely fill in the whole southern area here. So that'll be fine. I'm totally okay with that. So let's get this going, and we will run priority on it. And, yeah, I think we'll just let that go, and then perhaps as soon as it's done, we'll have something. It requires a bunch of stone, a bunch of lumber. How's my lumber situation? Pretty good. And then, well, okay, we still can't do this. I could put down just a town hall, just for now, just as a temporary thing so that I can actually see all my building supplies, because I'd like that. I'd like to be able to just look at a glance and know how much stuff I've got. Useful, I think. I got 2 in there, yeah. I'm pretty sure they produce wool as their thing. And this would not be enough wool then to probably keep these guys up. It's too bad this is set up in such a way that you have to flip back and forth. It'd be nice if they just had all these things, and then based on what was in here, because there's nothing that's overlapping. You know, I mean, I imagine linen and cloth. Well, so whatever provides linen and cloth would probably be a thing that might cause confusion, but I don't know. Because one is flax and the other is presumably, what, cotton? Bricks made out of 13 clay and 3 furnace fuel seems reasonable. That is actually the only thing we can make right now, from what I want. Charcoal and coke fuel. Don't know that I need that. I imagine coke fuel is for steel. Yeah, anyway, we'll work on that. So who is in charge of furnace fuel? There's just way too much shit here. Okay, so that and that goes for also this iron smelter. Do we need iron for anything at the moment? Tools. We're not using... Okay. So should I swap that over right now, or should I just stockpile my iron because there's going to be something else down the road that will want iron? We have a 200 limit on iron. Well, I don't want to go unlimited because then we're going to create craziness where some of this stuff does need iron, right? Just like iron ore. So maybe that's not a totally awesome thing. So we got a forge and we've got a small iron smelter. This has been stopped at the moment, but it would be producing iron. And the reason I got it, though, was for copper, or what did I... Because I wanted... Oh, my God. I wanted this... No, I wanted this to make copper ware, so I need something else to make the copper. Because otherwise I could shut this down and make this thing into... So we got furnace fuel... Okay, iron, 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 bronze. None of this requires steel, so is that not a thing? Oh, my God, I'm going to have to totally look once again. Anyway, we'll just keep that turned down. Iron limit, though, we'll put to, like, it was 200, right? Because I don't want it to just constantly be making, and we do have iron ore in there. Tool limit, though, we can up that to 200, because we're kind of hitting it. Nice for trade goods, as always. We now have a brick maker, so that's good. And the bricks will be required for 30 bricks and 18 lumber to make 1 building supply. Might need more than 1 shore house, just saying. Because who's got the clay? Yeah, I don't know. I think we need to... this is going to be more than a 1 building kind of thing that we're going to have to do if I really want to get serious. But anyway, so far so good. I think I'm going to end this one here, and I'll see you next time.